the workplace. Or as I like to think of it, the place that I go to avoid my disastrous family and friends. Hi, I'm employed comedian Michael Hing, for now. And can I just say, I love work. But this week saw champion of the Socialist Republic of Victoria, Greens leader Richard Di Natale call for a national debate about the future of work and whether or not Australia should adopt a 4-day working week. Now obviously a 4-day work week would give me much more time to spend committed to my deeply sinful hobbies, like cruising holes and parties. But this is a national debate. So let's look at the facts. According to the OECD, full-time employed Australians currently work an average of 42 hours a week, which is similar to countries like the UK and New Zealand, but it's above the OECD average and it's way above all those Northern European paradises Natale's always banging on about. The thing is, over the 100 years to 1980, our working week actually fell from around 56 hours a week to just under 40 hours. That's an extra 17 hours each week that Australians in the 1980s got to spend perming their hair and doing jazzercise. But since 1980, our working week has actually increased by nearly 3 hours. Labour rights activists fought for the 40-hour work week. 8 hours of work, 8 hours of sleep, and 8 hours of play. But I live in Sydney, so it's more like 8 hours of work, 8 hours of rest, and then like 4 to 6 hours of just navigating a public transport system. So with this added increase in hours spent at work, I have very few hours to spend at my parties. But there are other drawbacks to consider as well. Back in 2000, France enacted a 35-hour working week. And what makes this particularly interesting is that in 1998, France won the World Cup. But in 2006, after the laws were enacted, they'd lost in the World Cup final to Italy, who worked on average an extra hour per week. Coincidence? I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy the extra I could do with a shorter work week, but there are some huge questions. If we work less, will we get paid less? If we only work 4 days a week, will we still get mail on a Friday? And most importantly, will this mean that I have to spend more time with my disastrous family and friends? I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. A lot of very personal, very regrettable mistakes. And my worry is that if I can no longer hide behind the guise of work and what you could broadly describe as a career, then I might actually have to apologise to some of these people. And I just don't know if that's worth it.